Hey everybody, Lucky episode 7 is next. Hey everybody, this is Leslie Casey Blake and welcome to 50 and Unfiltered. This is episode 7. I like to think of it as our lucky number. I guess I want to just tell everybody how wonderful we are here at 50 and Unfiltered with all the wonderful guests who have come on, and today is no exception. Now, if you like what you see and hear, please click and subscribe, comment below, ring that notification button to get all the latest episodes. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm doing great. A lot of news this week, and we're going to talk about that a little more when we talk about entertainment under 2. But today's interview, I'm so excited. This wonderful woman interviewed me 11 years ago, and now it's going forward, I can interview her. And she talks about wonderful things about women in the media. Her name is Lyneshia Woodland, and better known as LBoogie, and I'm excited to have her on. She's a radio personality in DC, and she's gonna be here on the show talking about all this stuff in women in media. And also we're gonna talk about, and changing the term a little bit, about her cancer diagnosis. You know, in 2020, she was diagnosed with cancer, and we're gonna talk about her survival, her journey, and getting to the other side. Get back, enjoy, and I'll see you real soon. Hey everybody, this is Leslie Casey Blake with my partner in crime, Veronica Oden. Hey. This, you know, this is our wellness segment. Yes. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good, boo.
All right, boo. We are always here to talk about just, you know, wellness ideas, topics that we think that you'll benefit from. Again, we are not experts.
Not at all.
I am not a doctor, nor do I play a doctor on TV. So I just want to get that straight.
Not yet. You never know, Leslie.
Not yet.
You never know.
Not yet.
A woman of many talents. Right. You never know. You do plays. You never know.
Ooh, yeah. We ain't gonna talk about how busy
I just want to be your patient.
I don't think my husband would want to be a patient either, because I'm too busy. I might forget something. Might leave something in somewhere. I don't know. Girl, please.
But they can always go back and fix it. We do it over. It's a movie.
Exactly. We can fix that. About a really sensitive topic that we feel is important as your overall being. And Veronica is going to really be helpful in this part because she knows some things about meditation. And when we're talking about meditation, a lot of times we're talking about spirituality. Yes. And I think that as we move through and getting older, you know, we want that relationship with God, and I'm very transparent about that, you know, my beliefs. So if this is something that you want to, you know, listen to and you will benefit from, please stay on to listen to our conversation about meditation. I always, you know, when I was growing up, I always thought meditation was just like, you sit in a corner with your feet crossed and you just say, you know. And then I thought it was like Tina Turner when she was like, yumma, something, whatever she was saying all the time.
Because she was trying to get away from Ike.
Right, that's right.
All the beat down Ike was given, you know.
Ooh, Lord. But meditation is good for you,
yes,
right?
It is. It's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. And people don't realize this, not just the meditation, the relaxation of your body, but spiritual, you know, for the inside, put it that way.
Right.
It's the inside meditation, you know, and me being evangelist, you know, people don't realize just resting and laying before God or whoever your higher being is, your higher power is, and just speaking on behalf of who mine is, just laying sometime in a quiet place. And, you know, really meditation, you don't have to say nothing. Right. You know, it's not always about humming and just be quiet, just relax. And sometime, you know, it's what goes in. Yeah. It's your higher power. Yeah. Speaking to you. Because it's a relationship. Yeah. You know, it's having a relationship. So just how we communicate, you know, you gotta talk, but then sometimes you just gotta be quiet and just listen and just find that quiet place, not so much for the natural, but for the inner body to really, you know, be spoken to.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And silence does a lot for me. Silence is a huge meditation, and people don't realize that. You know, even when you're going in prayer, you think sometimes you always have to say something. No, boo, you could go into prayer. You can still be quiet. The word of God says he have answered before you even ask. So it's nothing that you can take to him that's going to surprise him. You know what I'm saying? Or he's surprised you asked him this question. He's surprised that you're thinking about this. He's surprised that you're feeling like this. He's saying, I know all that. Just come and lay before me.
Yeah.
You know, let your body rest. Let your mind rest. Let your spiritual man just rest. And that's why the word of God said, rest and you rest in him. That is a meditation. People don't realize he get to minister to your inner being. So sometimes it's good to just be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that, hon. I really do. You know, I try to, you know, in the mornings, you know, talk to God, and like, and even at work, like I try to talk to God, and I know for me, it makes my day go better because, you know, when you're working, things come up. There's always going to be something that's going to come up that's going to stress you out, whether it's your boss, your coworkers, your husband, your dog. They can be getting on your nerves.
Don't talk about Ali though.
My dog, you know what? I love my Ali. He is something, but I'm gonna tell you, spending all this time in quarantine, he has gotten so spoiled. It is unbelievable. But what I say that all to say is that, you know, you take that moment and just, you know, give it to God. And it's a stressor that's released. And I think it's important that we continue to do that, because I tell you, stress is no joke.
It's not.
It's no joke.
It's really bad on your body.
Oh my God.
And people, stress is terrible for your body. And people don't realize that. And that's why you do need to meditate. Yeah. You need to rest within him, whoever your higher power is. But you need to rest in him. Because I don't care how much you go to the doctor. I don't care what the medication. Medication can't do everything.
No.
Okay?
No.
Clothing can't do everything.
No.
You know, so you could dress all this up. You could get their hair done. You could go get macked up. You may get your papa jewelry on and the whole nine. But if that inner is not at peace, and there's no balance in there, let me tell you, all of this is just a facade. It's not a foundation. The foundation is on the inside. Because this would change daily. But it's that inner. And
I'll also say, for me, the more like I said, the talks that I have with God and the meditation in terms of, you know, dealing with whatever I'm feeling, I feel better, and I can tell just on my face. Like, I don't see pictures from before, and I mean, it was happy, but I ain't look happy, right? And now I notice my pictures, I look happy.
You took the mask off.
Right? I feel happy. You know, not only just meditating, but, you know, I also talk to God about putting the right people in my life. So those are the things that you can ask for, you know, and not even say it, but just, you know, you can, you know,
because that helps you have a healthy life.
Yeah. You know, that quiet conversation with God, you know, it really answers a lot of things that you want to happen in your life, you know? And I know some people may have different, you know, opinions about that. Again, we are no experts.
Not at all.
But we're just giving you our opinion and our experience on what we feel meditation and spirituality can do for you, right? I just feel like meditation is a great thing to do.
And there's a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just the meditation, but it's also looking up to whoever the higher power is. A lot of people don't know. To turn to. You know, as the word of God said, look up to the hills from which cometh your help. Know that your help come from the Lord. A lot of people don't know that. So that's why a lot of people give up. So that's why a lot of people did not make it through.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about because of the pandemic. Some people have committed suicide.
Yeah.
So many people have thrown in the towel. So many people have relapsed, went back on drugs, went back on alcohol, went back because they do not know to go to that quiet place and have that relationship. Is so important because like you said, when you lose so much, not just material, but even loved ones, you know, you have to know there's somewhere else you can turn to and go to. And a lot of people don't know that.
Just take some information from this and use this in your own life. I feel that, you know, Veronica is I feel as an expert now, you know, somebody else, but I do.
Expert.
But I mean,
don't listen to her.
But I'm saying but her faith is so strong. And I think that, you know, talking with someone who has a strong faith in her religion, and it's great to see that, you know, because it does kind of, it rubs off on people.
It's like the Naomi and Ruth, you know. You want to serve a God that somebody said, I want to serve your God. You know, who do you serve? Who do you go to talk like that? Who do you go to that you know not to give up? Who do you go to that this is just a season? Who do you go to that said that you can speak life or death? Who is your God? I want to follow him. And that's the type of power that we have within us, that when we allow the inner glow to shine, people will follow. They're going to go, what they say, follow the light. So we're not the God, but it's the light that shines in us that will lead you to him. I thank you, Veronica, because like I said, you know, you do definitely shine a light of information on this topic. You do too, sis. Yes, you do. I'm just thankful for her. And so real quick before we go, if you notice, we have Run Papa. Yes, you're looking at bling bosses. I know, and bling bling. She's more than bling boss. I told you. She's a bling boss. I told you. She just don't be working all the time. But she will. She's a bling boss. Don't even try it. I do have like slowly gotten my office together. If you need some jewelry, please look Miss Casey Leslie Blake up, please. But this is part of our paparazzi crew. That's right. And again, we'll probably have Veronica back on again. So look forward to that. And, you know, again, we are here for wellness because we're giving you tips to get through things or just get you some happiness. We're in this together. You're not by yourself. You know, again, we love you all. Yes, we do. I love you too. I love you too. That's how we are. Anyway, guys. Find you some hookup. Find you an Ethel. Find you something, you know? This is true. This is true. All right, guys. Again, we love you, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Bye. Everybody, this is Leslie Casey Blake, and I am so excited. I have the honor and privilege to welcome one of my favorite people. Her name is Miss Lyneshia Woodland, but because that was difficult for me to say, because everybody's used to knowing her as LBoogie. Hey, LBoogie. Yes, 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 yes. She is in the house. I am so excited. How you doing, Missy? How are you?
I am fantabulous, and I'm even better because great minds think alike. Look at our patterns. We're glowing.
We didn't even talk. We just came on like this. Look like we woke up like this, right? Right?
We woke up like this.
Right, I love it.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited, and I'm so honored that you, asked me to be a guest on your show.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and just to go back a little bit, background, LBoogie and I'm gonna just say L and I, because I got it like that. Like I know it like that. So we met over about 10 years ago through our friend, a mutual friend, Lyneshia James, and she had the LBoogie radio show. And when I first moved back from New York to DC, there was just like this big thing. I was, really trying to get back in the music game and everything like that. And I tell you, you were able to come and talk to me, and I had my crew there, and we just had a awesome time. Just, and it was just like the first interview. I remember you played one of my songs. I mean, it was just fantabulous, right? I remember all that. Like, I remember that so vividly. And she just gave me that opportunity, trying to get back into the game. And I really do appreciate. So to reverse and go forward, nearly, 11 years later, and me being able to interview you is just a treat. So let's get started. So again, talk to everybody about what led you into the world of media.
Oh my goodness. Like since I was a little girl, I've always been amazed and intrigued by radio. I love the fact that they make people laugh. I love the fact that they keep people informed, to keep, you know, what's going on in the communities, what's going on in the world, and they still find time to laugh and have a good time. Like I love laughter. I think laughter is the best medicine to everything. So,
Yes.
I mean, even as a little girl, I used to sit in my window, and for Christmas one year, probably five, six, seven, 8 or 9, and I asked for a tape recorder, even my old school tape recorder, cassette recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to look out the window because there was a lot of activity going on in my window. And I used to pretend like I was a newscaster. So I would record and write down everything that was going on and record myself like I was a newscaster. And so I did that. And then I love Donnie Simpson. I love Sheila Stewart. I love Robin Breeden. I loved Wendy Williams. And so I was just intrigued by just entertainment, just music, singers, artists, radio personalities. And I've just always, I don't know, I just had a love and a passion for it, and just a passion to hear people's story. And so
Yeah.
that's what led me to, the world of media, just engaging with people, networking, having conversations, because everybody has a story. And so I just wanted to create a platform that a lot of times that mainstream media doesn't always think is a big deal. And there's so many unsung heroes
Yes.
in our communities and in our neighborhoods are doing amazing things. And so I just wanted to create a platform for that, to help, give somebody hope that there's
Yeah.
a stepping stone to the next level.
Right. On how the media was portrayed on, the last 4 years, because that whole thing about fake news, and we're not going to mention a person, because I don't think it needs to be mentioned, but there were things about fake news and how the media was the enemy of the people. And I mean, when you talk about media, we're talking about whole media as a whole, right? We're talking about just the regular, not just CNN and all those other ones, but you're talking about the locals, because if they're reporting the same thing, I don't know, like that's crazy. And then also looking at it as how Black women are portrayed in the media.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking of the lack thereof, right? So, what's your perspective on that?
Listen, we have come a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like we are really getting women that look like us in
Mm-hmm.
high places that we probably would have never even imagined we would be. And it's just been like it's been a journey, and you just have to create your own lane. The fake news, it is what it is. It gets ratings,
Yeah,
and that's what they need. How many ratings can we get? How many likes? How many followers can we get? So they have to do what they have to do in order to keep people engaged, because they know that's what they like. They like ratchet. They like fake news. They like
mm-hmm.
things that aren't true, that they want to make you believe that is true. But
Right,
that's just what they have to do, and that's just keeps money in their pocket.
right.
Unfortunately. But as women, we are, voicing our thoughts and our opinions a lot more, which is
Mhm.
great, because it's
Right.
creating a lane for us to be able to have a voice that we've never had before.
Right.
So I'm excited about it, and I'm really excited about how young people are really getting more involved in political and raising their voices and having strategic ways of doing that. So I'm excited about that, and it's come a long way within, the past 4 years. It has been a journey.
Yes.
They have tried to underrate our value, our skills, but we do what we do, and we keep it moving, and we hold our head up and straighten our crown and keep it going.
And so speaking about that, how does specifically, Black women, because of the fact that there's not that many in the business right now, but though we are, making strides and we are pushing through some of those blocked doors, right? So how does one, think about getting into the business, and what should they do in order to get into business?
For me, I didn't have like a mentor in the business. Like, first thing you need to do is find a mentor who is in the same field as you're looking for, whatever field that it is. And networking is a key factor into everything. So when the radio stations are having events, go connect, have conversations with people, meet people, see who's who, because that's what I did. Like, I just went everywhere. Wherever somebody was having an event, I was there, and I had my business card. And it wasn't even like I wasn't even in the business yet. I just made some business cards up
Wow.
and had my email address and my phone number on it, and was like, if you need me to connect you with it. I didn't have a clue at the time. I met two young ladies who gave me an opportunity to start a show, because I had tried to do with a mainstream radio, and I kind of got brushed off like, well, if you don't know what you're doing, and you don't have any idea, or you're not, you don't know your goals or what you want to do, I don't know how I can help you. Okay, can you say I was devastated? Like, I was devastated, first of all, because I wrote to the radio station and I told this individual, it was a radio personality, and I mentioned to her, this radio personality, that I wanted to be in the field, but I don't really know exactly. I went to Columbia School of Broadcasting. I took broadcasting courses, and I really want to be in radio, but I'm not really sure. I was expecting that she would say, well, these are some of the things you should do. She kind of looked at her magazine like, well, if you don't know what you want to do, then I don't know. Devastated. So at that point, I wanted to quit. And I was like, okay, this isn't for me. I can't do it. I won't do it, whatever. Fast forward a little bit, I went to a roundtable discussion at the same radio station, just conversation, and I met two young ladies who had their own internet radio show. They was like, yeah, I got my own radio show. It's really easy, if you want to come to our station, sure, come through. That's all I needed to know. I went to the station. Oh, that's all I needed. That door was open for me. You let me get my toe in. I'm running. I'm sprinting through
I know
that.
that's right.
Listen, so they wanted a PR person. I had no clue what a PR person was.
Right.
Told me what it was, and that was just, well, we need people as guests on our show. We need sponsorships, all that good stuff. Honey, I got a gift of gab. I got every guest they ever want to name, because I just went out and I went to events. I met people. I got their cards, and I'm just grabbing cards from everywhere I go. And I got so many people on that show. They was like, where in the world? Because I got a gift of gab, and I like to talk to people, and I collect business cards. So here's your next guest. It was like, once they found out that I never knew PR or anything, they was totally surprised. But I had a point to prove. It was my passion. It's what I wanted to do. And I was going to figure it out. Myself a mentor, go out, network, meet people. And I'm talking, even if you go and sit in a bar and you don't even drink, get a Sprite, tell her to put a lime on it or a strawberry on it or something. I guarantee you will meet at least 4 people who are doing something and has a story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And social media. Don't forget social media. Social media.
Yeah, and at that time when I was doing it, social media wasn't really that like it is right now. But social media, honey, get yourself a YouTube page, get yourself social media. Oh, what? You can record yourself sitting there having a conversation. You know, if you've got a personality and you love to talk to people, this is the thing for you.
Yeah.
Media is your thing. Things I did like about having the internet radio show, it was international. So I had people from Japan, Africa. Man, I had people from everywhere who was able to listen, and that was the exciting part of it, because it wasn't anything that it was just so wide open.
Exactly.
You never
Exactly.
knew um, how much my show impacted people. I
Yeah.
didn't know that at the time, and now I'm starting to
So
know.
are you still doing your show? Or are you doing another version of your show? What's going on with LBoogie?
So I'm actually working with four other young ladies, and we have a show called Black Women Connecting Communities. And so um, we have known each other for about 11 years, because we were all under the same network when we first started. And we just came back when we were just like, we're tired of hearing about negative things going on. Let's bring some positivity to it. Let's bring some bright ideas. Let's bring some unsung heroes. Let's continue to bring down unsung heroes on board so people can know what is going on, besides, it was 45, it was COVID, it was people, we were losing people that we love. People were losing jobs. 2020 was just like, oh,
Can you imagine? I did not imagine.
could never imagine. So Black Women Connecting Communities, I'm working with them, and that's been great. So you can find us on www.blkwomencc.com. And so
Okay.
we do our show on Facebook Live. I'm so
All
excited.
right. Well, all of that information will be in our comment section. So she will gladly give that to me so I can place that in the comment section for this interview. I really wanted to kind of change gears just a bit and talk about. So Lynn was diagnosed with cancer. And you have just stopped receiving your last, I think, chemotherapy treatment, but I'm going to let you kind of go into how much you want to, talk about. And I think it's important that people hear this story, because, there's somebody out there that's going through the same thing. And what I want to say before you talk about that is that you look incredible. You are beautiful. In all of you, I am in all of your courage and your strength.
Thank
So
you.
I just wanted to say that, definitely.
Thank
So tell us how, you perhaps found out, and what was, the process going forward.
So, like I said, 2020 was a heck of a year.
Mm-hmm.
It started probably April, May. And the symptoms were cough and shortness of breath. So immediately I'm thinking COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing. So I'm like, oh God, it's COVID. And oh my gosh, no pineapples, no pineapples. So this is April, May, and I start noticing it. Start getting progressively worse, So by the time August came, it got to the point where I couldn't lay down to breathe. I couldn't sit up to breathe. So I start going to the doctors, and the doctors was like, try this medication, try that medication, try this inhaler, try that inhaler. Nothing was working. So then he decided to do an x-ray. So he saw cloudiness in one of my lungs, but he wasn't quite sure what the cloudiness was. So I had to get a CT scan. So the CT scan with the contrast showed a little bit more detail, that it was a tumor. It was a 10.5 centimeter tumor in my right, 4.5 in my left. And what it was, the tumor was pressing against my esophagus, the reason why the shortness of breath I was having.
Okay.
So fast forward, he sent me to get a biopsy of the tumor, come to find out it was cancerous, and it was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. So I was at stage 4. My only option was chemotherapy. And I was like, okay, God, this is my test.
Yeah.
Let's roll the sleeves up and let's do what we need to do. Chemo is what it is, then chemo is what it has to be. I had to go through 18 sessions of chemo. It was not easy. It was very hard. It's very hard. I started off, my weight was 157, down to like 108 now. And chemo is just really, really, really tough. Thank God I had an amazing circle of prayer warriors around me, because when you get to the point where you can't pray for yourself, you need your prayer warriors around you. So it took me a long time to share on social media because I was still trying to process the fact you have cancer. Like those 3 words never set easy, you know. And the funny thing is, you really do have to know what your family history is when it comes to the health. Because after I found out that I had lung cancer, my father's side of the family, all of my uncles and my aunts had cancer that I didn't know. Because see, my father died when I was 9 years old. So we were not, like, we didn't stay in touch that often. So I didn't know what my family history was on my father's side. Now, my mother's side, she had it. My brother had prostate cancer, but, you know, I'm thinking that was pretty much it. But knowing your family history, family medical history is important. Getting screened on a regular basis is important. And just taking care of your body is important because you have to drink a lot of water with chemo. You have to eat often. And you just have to feed yourself with food and feed yourself with the word to keep food. Because your mind can go very easily into a dark place. And like I said, if you don't have prayer warriors, and if you don't understand and have the faith yourself that you're going to get through it, and you won't get through it. So I was determined that I'm going to live. I'm not going to die. I'm going to fight this because someone needs to hear this story. Someone is going through the same thing. A lot of people, it's hard to say what's a good day and what's a bad day. It's just so much easier to say, hey, today's a good day, because you can't really articulate what a bad day is. Because, you know, it's the loss of your hair, your black nails, your fingertips. You can't feel your fingertips, your feet. You know, it's just so many symptoms and side effects of chemo that is really hard to articulate how you're feeling day to day. So when people ask me, I say I take it second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. That's how my whole mindset is. I'm just grateful to see every morning I wake up, I'm just like, thank you, Lord.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, when I asked you to do this interview, I didn't know. I did not know.
No. So the first time I did my interview, I was struggling because it was somebody who was my guest on my show who wanted to interview me, Enoch Seven Prophet. He interviewed me on Mental Salvation Radio. And I said, Enoch, I think I want to share my journey with cancer. He said, if that's how you feel during this interview, then let's do it. I'm not going to force you to do it, but if you're led to do it, then let's do it.
Yeah.
And I did. And then once I did, it felt like such a relief, because I knew I was sharing my story and I knew somebody else needed to hear it.
Yes.
And I knew that people who know me know that I'm a fighter.
Yes.
And they support me big time. And so after I did that first interview and shared my story, it was such a relief of knowing that I let that out, because I was holding on to it for so long and I was really in denial of it. So one of my girlfriends saw the interview. She was like, okay, so I'm gonna need you to own that you have cancer, because you do. Okay. Don't be holding your head down, because you're going to hold your head up and you're going to get
That's
through
right.
this. You're a fighter. So I
Yes.
need you to own the fact that you have cancer and keep it moving, because you're helping somebody else.
I love it.
Thank you, thank you. And then the other piece is, a lot of times they put in the scientific and the logistics of it, but I just wanted to put out the faith part of it. Like, if you have faith, you could get through anything. Like, everyone that I spoke to, like when I first found out, I only spoke to people who had cancer, because I didn't want the pity party.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. Oh, no, no, no. I don't need that, because, I don't want to fall into that. I want to fall into I have faith. I'm going to get through this, and because I'm going to get through this because the word of God said I'm going to get through this, and no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. I need people to understand and know that if you believe in God, and you're going to get through it.
I hope this is not the last, to me. Like I said, we could talk forever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Right, forever, right. I appreciate you coming on and humbly. I'm so humble. I don't even know what to say. I'm so humble by your presence. Again, one of your mentorees that was able to come back to you and say, hey, can you be on my show? So I really do, again, appreciate that. So I wish you lots of success and luck. Remember, LBoogie is with the Women's Connection.
Black Women Connecting Communities.
Okay, so definitely, again, we will have that written down in the comment section for this show. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I enjoyed our conversation. I enjoyed our fashion sense. I enjoyed everything. I know. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to give it to us. Like,
we did this, didn't we? We did this.
Hey. So thank you, everyone. This is Leslie Casey, and this is The Interview. Leslie Casey Blake with Entertainment Under 2. Let's get started. Stuff, which is what I'm really surprised at, is that J-Lo and A-Rod are done. Can you believe that, y'all? I was just talking about them in the January episode when we were talking about how great they looked at the inauguration, and I was like, they were stylish. They had everything going for them. I was really, really rooting for them. So maybe in the back of my mind, I'm hoping that maybe they'll get back together. Finally, wow. What an amazing interview with Oprah Winfrey. Prince Harry and the Duchess Meghan Markle sat down to talk to Oprah Winfrey about some alleged racism that was going on with the monarchy. And it's got everybody in an uproar, because the biggest shocker was that it was mentioned to Prince Harry. They were concerned about how dark little Archie was going to be when he was born. Everybody has two sides, and I really hope, they weren't trying to make those type of statements about the baby, but, they're saying that these things are true. It's a really crazy interview that we had with Oprah, and I'm hoping that there's some things that might come out that may, verify what they're saying, because you know what? We need to know. If they're saying it, we need to know what's going on. So we just hope that Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle, and with their new baby on the way, that they can find some solace and peace in the United States where they live now. And hopefully they can build the bridges that have been destroyed a little bit by the scandal with his family. As this is Entertainment Under 2. Yes, hunty. Thank you for watching another episode of 50 and Unfiltered. We're excited about our next show that will be in 2 weeks. So please, please, please stay tuned. So again, we wish you well. We thank you for always watching, and thank you for always supporting. So until then, be safe, be kind, wear that mask, get vaccinated, and we'll see you real soon.